Also on that bill were the masked duo known only as White Ribs. Transplanted from out west in BC, I caught up with them after the show to talk about what they're all about. So here's what they're all... So here's what they're all about. Fuck, that doesn't really work, does it? Oh well. What do you think? Did we get it?
We started in Nanaimo, BC when we were in high school. I guess we started playing music together when we were 15, just in and out of different bands. A lot of stuff that was a lot different from what we're doing now. We played jazz in high school. Like we had a bass player who was here tonight who, yeah, we started White Ribs with him in the band room in between like jazz classes. And so yeah, I guess that definitely has a big influence on our music. It might not always show, but
it helped that we just like played together constantly, and we're just like, I don't know, I guess like we just like can feel each other out really well, and the music is all about feel. It's not really time signatures or like charted. It's just like it's cued a lot.
So we started in Nanaimo and lived in Victoria for the last little while before coming out here, and we did some traveling in BC, played in Alberta and stuff like that. So, but we want to do a really long tour probably pretty soon, maybe later this year.
Down through the States. I want to see the States for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we did a one-way tour when I moved out here. Chris drove me out, and we had all of my shit that we were like moving to Toronto, and then the tiniest, shittiest car, and like all our stuff, like all our equipment jammed in there, and it was a really good trip. Made some good friends.
It's like a one-way tour.
Yeah.
I went back
really
alone.
Nice.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting time. In Nanaimo and Victoria, we ran house venues in our houses. Both those houses were shitholes.
Yeah, they were total shitholes.
It was awesome. I mean, like
dealing with shitty neighbors. Yeah, but it was
fun.
Worth it, and it was
we got a lot of cool bands to come out and play in our basements and our fucking living rooms.
Yeah. I think the best thing was like in this shitty, like unfinished basement. Like it was like built on like rocks. So I had like a gigantic like boulder underneath the house, and so people were standing like all sorts of weird angles, and then there was like Damages played, and they were so fucking loud, and they were playing to like I don't know 15 people, 20 people, and it was like I don't know.
It's because that's all we could fit in our basement.
Yeah, and that was one of the best moments.
What's our best Toronto show so far?
I really dug this one, but
we've had some good ones at Soy Bomb.
Yeah, we had one good one. Yeah,
opening for Mayor at Sneaky D's was awesome. I mean, like Sneaky D's isn't the best venue. It's not like it's bad. It's just like bar venues. But opening for Mayor was awesome. I was so stoked. I mean, like I loved Mayor when I was a kid, and like I was like, sweet, they're getting back together, and then it's like, holy shit, we're opening for them. Like, that was just unreal.
That was
awesome. Maybe you know what? The Ghost Roads set we had in Edmonton was awesome.
Yeah.
That was maybe the biggest crowd we played to. Not that really matters, but they were all really stoked.
Yeah, no, that was a great festival actually.
And we got to see so many cool bands, like Damages played, GSTS, who were so good, Brain Fever, which are good pals, Mouse played.
Yeah, Mouse was awesome.
Maria, which were
it was actually a crazy festival.
Yeah, it was awesome. But, yeah, it was a good.
It's just nice when all our equipment works, and then we actually get on the level, and because we're constantly like in flux with like the equipment and like we're getting and like trying to incorporate, and also just trying to like keep it all together with the scraps of money I have.
after the show tonight, somebody came up and asked me, this guy who had an accent, so he wasn't from here, which is interesting, asked me, it was interesting that he was the only one to ask me a question like this. He came up and asked me what our influences were, and then he said, I don't mean musical influences, like I don't want to ask you what your favorite bands are, I want to know what your influences are. And I thought that was a pretty cool question. And I thought about it. I didn't really give him a very good answer, honestly, and maybe I won't give one now, but one thing about this band that is different from other bands, because we've played in other bands alongside this band as well, but this is
projects going.
But this one has always been, I would say for both of us, the most important. And a lot of it is because it's more than just us playing songs on instruments. It's, as far as like our show goes, obviously we put some thought into theatrics, which is a thing that I think, I'm not saying a lot of bands don't do it, but it's something that like will add another element to it for not only the audience but for ourselves, because we can think about so much more, and we can derive influences from basically anywhere. That's the thing that I really like about what we do, is that it's more than just like we listen to bands we like and then try to play songs sort of similar to them, you know, like a lot of our influence is based on like literature and film, things like that, and not even just art, but just life. And it sounds really stupid to say, but I guess it's really stupid to say. And sort of like there's no boundaries. There's no boundaries to our influences and no boundaries to our, like what we take from anything. Like we could be taking, even sitting, we have such a strange relationship. It's just something I should explain. A lot of people describe us as a married couple because we fucking hate each other's guts so much. But we're also like brothers and like husbands.
Yeah,
honestly. And we've gone through a lot together. We've done a lot of traveling together, even outside of the band, and so we're the kind of people who would, like, if we're going for experiences, we would sit in a dark alley and talk about anything we want to do, and that's where a lot of this band comes from. It's like like I said, like no boundaries for influence, if that makes sense.
I guess I think we've drawn a lot out of each other and kind of used that to shape the music, and I don't know, it's like
we push each other down and grind each other into dust, and then if we build ourselves back up, it's usually a different product, I would say.
And I write a lot of things based on what I hear out of you, and I feel like we help each other develop ideas very well, and that's something that I find really valuable, which is why.
That's all we've got this week on the hard stuff. Come back next Sunday when we actually catch up with Blasternaut and John Smith. It's going to be very funny because that's what we do. Right, Jordan?
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.